Ramblings of a Music Teacher, Episode 47. Why hand-separate practice is unhelpful. Should you start to learn a piece hands separately or straight away hands together? This might be a controversial topic, and I would be interested in your thoughts, so do leave a comment below how you usually practice. Obviously, it is easier to work on one hand alone, but is it really beneficial? With my own students, I try to get them to put hands together as soon as possible. Okay, one playthrough of a small section with one hand is acceptable to familiarize oneself with the notes. But more than this is not really helpful. I will explain why I think so, and feel free to disagree with me in the comments below. As soon as we start repeating a physical action over and over, we develop muscle memory. When we start a piece hands separately, continuing to practice like this for a period of time, we will develop two distinct muscle memories, one for each hand. And when we eventually come to putting these two memories together, it's like we are starting from scratch. You can't add two separate memories to make a new memory. All the time you have been practicing separately has effectively been a waste of time. It's like you're learning a completely new piece when you put hands together. This is very obviously noticeable when moving from grade 1 ABRSM piano scales to grade 2. One of the biggest hurdles I have found with my students, jumping from the first grade to the second, is putting scales hands together. A student may well be able to play a scale of G major with each hand, one at a time, perfectly. However, as soon as I ask them to try it hands together for the first time, the muscle memory they have developed previously, single-handed, completely falls apart. Fingering goes right out of the window, and usually one hand tends to copy the other, incorrectly of course, and they now need to develop a completely new muscle memory. On this point, it is interesting to note that in ABRSM piano exams, students generally prepare scales hands together only from a grade 2 and above. However, the syllabus requires that you can play them separately as well. You might think, well, that is easy. If I can play hands together a certain scale, of course I can do it with just one hand. And so you might tend not to practice it as such. However, it has been known that a student has been asked in an exam for a one-handed scale, and that has completely thrown them off, because they have never practiced it single-handedly, resulting in a very poorly executed scale. It all comes back to muscle memory. Now, let me know if you agree with my theory. Maybe before today you practiced otherwise and something that I have just said might have made you think. Or maybe you're not convinced. All polite thoughts on either side of the coin would be appreciated. And be sure to tune in next time for more ramblings of a music teacher.